Hey everybody, GC Performance here, back with another video. Today we are inside the bike shop and we are taking a look at a brand new frame that I've been waiting for a very long time. This is my first ever frame that was given to me. Let's go take a look at it. The new, okay, that's supposed to be there. 1 second. Ah, you see what I did there? A little bit of editing magic. Your boy's getting a little bit better. No, but as you guys can see here, we have the brand new Elves Falath Evo Pro. This is the first time I have an Elves frame in my store and able to look at it. They sent it out to me, which we'll talk about in a second. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the good and the bad of this frame, price point of this frame, also what I like and what I do not like about this. And we're also going to weigh it at the end and compare it to a top tier weight bike like a S-Works bike that I have here, just to kind of give you guys a reference point or example as well. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I'm excited for this thing, and I need your guys' help deciding on what I should do for the build. So let's jump into this video. Before we go any further into the video, just so you guys know, full transparency, Elves did send this frame out to me for free to go ahead and review it, give my thoughts on it, and then I have a whole build series going on down the road on it. But this in no way will change, sway, or do anything to my opinion of this bike. I have no affiliation with the company. I do not sell this bicycle in my store, and also I have no discount code to go ahead and promote it. So this is just going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing where they sent me this frame, and I'm going to give my honest opinion on it. First initial reaction of the bike, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm a big fan of Aero bikes, as you guys all know, but this thing looks so aggressive to the point where it almost looks like a TT bike. You have these massive carbon points here down the bottom bracket. The handlebar and stem, if you do slam this thing, are completely flush with the top tube of this bike, which we'll talk about in a second with the geometry. But yes, this is their Aero edition. It is completely UCI legal as well. They just got this going for this bike model this year. And this as well only comes in a disc brake model. There is no rim brake variation with this bike. You can only get this in a disc brake. So that's why you see these massive forks and the massive, and also the rear disc, the rear disc brake placement back there. But yes, so let's talk first about price point of this bike. This frame set retails for $1,300, and you can get it for right now on sale for $1,100, which is a pretty aggressive price point. When I think about Elves, I think that they are one of the premium China brands in terms of frame sets. I would say Elves and WINSPACE are definitely the two that I always hear that are like more of the premium. Now people are in my comments saying that they're not even like a value bike anymore, that there's even cheaper models than this that you can get. But this is like when you want something that has good quality, good paint job, good R&D. They even give you a warranty, which we'll talk about later on. They give you like a 5-year warranty as well on this thing. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck in this matter. They also do give you great color options, and they also do give you a custom color option for just a little bit more money. I think it's $50 more. You can change out your custom color option on there as well. What they sent me inside this box when I bought this thing, or sorry, when they sent this to me, they sent to me with a frame, and they also sent me a handlebar and stem. Now this is a one-piece integrated handlebar and stem that is pretty much, I would say, proprietary because of the way this fits on here. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Sorry, you guys are in total darkness right now. But right here, this here is the Aero one-piece carbon bar and stem, and I will say this thing is absolutely stiff as can be. Very stiff lateral. I put it into my armpit and try to break it. I'm very strong. Also, this stem area looks very like a Sprintish or Aero bike stem. Very girthy. Oh God. Very good looking stem. They do also include an out front Garmin or Wahoo or whatever computer mount you're riding on here, which is cool. These bars are an extra price point though. I believe that they're usually $300, but if you do buy the frame and you put this in the cart at the same time, they have them for a discount code of $110, bringing the frame and the bars to a total value, I believe, of around $1,210 or $1,310, which is a really good value if you're looking for a very competitive frame and handlebar. Now, this is just my first initial aesthetics appearance of the bike. I have never ridden a full China bike like this before in my life, so I will give you guys my full details on this in the future. I have a plan to do a build on this thing. I need your help down below, but I also want to get a fit on it, show you guys off, yada, and then maybe even do some like a ride series on this bike. So because you guys know I gave away my tarmac, rest in peace, this will be my bike in the meantime until I figure out what I'm going to be using in the future. Maybe this will be my next raffle bike. But a little bit of peculiar things with this bike. The sizing, first and foremost with this company, their sizing is a little bit off. As you can see right here, we have a sizing stamp down below where it says XL. But in this bike's standard sizing, they come in at 54 and an XL. My first initial, when I was talking to the company, I wanted to do a double XL, which is like a 56. But after seeing Cam Nichols' video where he did the fit on there and there was very little C-post showing, I started matching up the measurements in terms of geometry for head tube length, standover for a top tube, and I'm 6 foot and I'm a pretty long-legged guy. I'm gonna run this XL in a 54 and I'm gonna try this out. What I think that's gonna mean is I think that I'm not gonna be able to run this handlebar and stem combo flush, so I probably will be using the included 3 10mm spacers to go underneath this handlebar to make it a little bit taller, and it might give the bike an ugly aesthetic vibe, but that way you guys can have the option to see what it looks like if you guys were ever wanting to do so, because of the fact that it's probably going to be like up there, you know what I mean? So it might look a little bit weird. But yeah, again, like I said, $1,300 for this is pretty good. Now I'm going to show you guys the actual full around of this bike and show everything that it came with. I chose this white, green, and chameleon color because, one, their paint jobs for this price point, and I've seen a lot of bikes out there in terms of by big manufacturers for this price point. This chameleon paint job is flawless. It looks very good. The pearl white is very pearl white. It looks phenomenal. The little accent to the top right here, I do like it a lot. It's a nice little like side piece here. I don't know what this is for. I guess it's just a fitting to make this front cockpit look more aero, but we'll find out once we do the build video on it. We can see here again, like I said, we have the massive down tube of the bottom bracket. The down tube of this bike itself is a very, very narrow down tube. One might think that once you put on water bottle cages and a water bottle in here, it might negate the effects of the aerodynamics on here, but it is very thin compared to their older model. The front forks are very deep front forks, again, meant to be super aero. And then here's one thing that I did not like, or I don't know if I'll like it or not, but this is just my gripe with this bike. Their bottom bracket, they changed from last year's, which used to be a BB86, they changed it to a PF30 bottom bracket. It's been a very long time since I've seen a PF30 bottom bracket on any kind of bike. The last time I can recall working on a PF30 bottom bracket was a specialized stump jumper, a mountain bike, which were PF30s. I can't recall a road bike that I worked on, which was a PF30 BB. So the cool thing is they do include the bottom bracket inside the box. They ask you what kind of platform you want whenever you buy the bike, so they can give you the included headset and bottom bracket. So I got a PF30, which is a platform to go in here, so it's completely pressed in there. And I got it for a 24mm spindle just for right now, but they do say that is ceramic bearings inside there, which is pretty cool. They do have the fixings right here just in case you want to run UDI 2. They also have here in case you want to run mechanical and mechanical here. We can see we have this nice little curvature to the rear of the frame, and then these dropouts in the rear are super wide. Very aggressive shaping and very aero. Like I mentioned before, I do not like this top tube shape. And this is why I said to. This is where I saw in Cam's video that was kind of weird. Because this is flush right here with this handlebar, I believe on a normal bike, this will be much lower. Like this will be the start of the top tube, and the top tube will actually be right here. So because of this makes the stand over the bike a little bit taller. Then they have this massive rubber boot that goes right here for the seat post, and then only a little bit of seat post is showing. So that's why I tried to counteract with going with this. We do have a lot of brushed silver for the Elves logo right here. We have the where the rear disc brake goes right there. And then also we have here a rider weight limit, which I'm pretty heavy, but this is a rider weight limit of 100 kilos or 220 pounds. I think right now I'm pushing like 202 pounds. So I'm a big boy, but we'll figure out what's going on here. Bring this thing down. We get a nice image of what the brown looks like for the chameleon color. And again, the XL sizing. So we will see what happens in terms of this geometry, because I will show you guys what it look like. If you guys did not know this about me, I do have a herniated disc. I have an L5 and L4 full herniation of the disc right there. So when I do ride for long periods of time, I do get that sciatic nerve pain. I do get that pain with my lower back. I did physical therapy to treat it. I have not done surgery yet, but that's why I'm not going to slam the stem. If it was any other bike, or if I was any other rider, I probably would have slammed it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this box and see what they give you for inclusions. First off, they give you the 2 longest frame noodles I ever see in my life for brakes. Those things are super long. Inside box number 1, they give you their proprietary carbon fiber seat posts. I will say right now, this thing feels heavy compared to other seat posts I felt. I'm gonna guess and assume that it's this seat clamp up here because this is massive machined. And also that's a big setback. That's about a negative 25 millimeter setback for the seat post, maybe to counter off the seat post to here. So we'll see how that works out. I'm more of a 0 degree setback seat post kind of guy. But man, this thing is heavy, dude. Holy cow. But that's a big piece of chunk of carbon. Next we have in here their parts that they include with the bike. Again, this is really good packaging. This is actually super nice packaging for what you get for this bike for the money. Inside of here is their warranty card. So this is something really cool. I think it's really some niche that the company does. They give you a warranty card in here. This is like a metal card. It has right here, and it basically has everything on here that you need to know about your warranty frame, so you can keep this. So if you do have any issues, it has everything you need from the frame. Also, this is a global 5-year warranty. This warranty is for the original bike owner and non-transferable, but that's mainly for manufacturer defects. A company like this, Consumer Direct, for this price point for a 5-year warranty is actually really, really good. I know big name manufacturers like Scott that are only offer 5-year warranties. So to get 5 years life out of your bike for this much money is a pretty good backing. You do get the included headset with the bike. Very nice, which is always a nice plus. Here is your ceramic bottom bracket with no kind of packaging box or no kind of stuff on here, but that's your PF30 and those are ceramic bearings. I might have a different bottom bracket go on there. I'm working on getting the components together. And then here comes all the included stuff. The rubber for the DI2, the out front for the garment mount, the dropout for the derailleur hanger, I believe, the massive spacers in the front, which that look chunky. I'll make that decision once I get fit. Holy shit, the longest ever garment mount I've ever seen. This looks like one of those things you stick like on your tongue for the doctor, but it has a long out front mount just in case you want to run a damn iPad tablet on there. And then you also get the included carbon gripper. It's a funny word. Carbon gripper paste, and then bicycle grease. So you also get everything you need. Again, because it's direct consumer, they're maybe assuming that these people are going to be building it up at their home. So everything you need to build this bike is inside of here. All you're missing is wheels and a group set, which is very cool. Anything else inside of here? No. Packaging was really nice from where they shipped it from. I was not worried at all about this stuff, and also the box is very good. So now we're going to talk about specs on the bike itself and everything that comes with the bike. So let's go down the line of specs on this bike. The bottom bracket is a PF30 platform. You can run any kind of crank spindle you want in there, but the bottom bracket that you do choose has to be a PF30 platform. The maximum tire clearance on this bike is a 700 by 32C. That is a pretty wide tire. I guess they're following suit and allowing consumers to choose whatever tire they want on here. To me, I think that's a little bit too big for this Aero bike, but that is the consumer's choice. This bike is mechanical or electronic available to run with any kind of group set. That's why they have the fixings right here for mechanical cables, or you can just run a wireless or system on here. They are only a disc brake system. There is no rim brake options for this, so you can only get the standard disc brake. You do have a proprietary carbon fiber seat post with a negative 25 millimeter setback as well. The bike does come included with spacers for the headset, and this is going to be 10 millimeter spacers. You get 3 of them, so you get 30 millimeters of stack with the included bar as well. And then for my bar, you can choose this at checkout for whatever you want, but my configurations for this bar, let's go ahead and catch this here real quick. Yes, baby. Stem length 110, handlebar width 420, drop rise reach 125 millimeter drop rise, reach 70 millimeters, clamp diameter 28.6, angle negative 10. That's a pretty steepy negative 10 degree stem, so keep that in mind. Torque spec, yeah, full internal compact. And again, this fitting right here looks like a pain in the butt. I would hate to run mechanical in here, but I'm gonna ask you guys a question at the end of the video for the drivetrain. I hope it's just 2 hydraulic hoses that go inside here, because it looks like a pain in the butt to get all 4 cables in there. But keep in mind, if you guys are looking for a bike with some comfort, I don't know if this will be the bike. This is a very aggressive bike with a negative 10 drop in the stem, with only 30 10 millimeter spacers to go on here, and the way this bike looks, it looks very, very aggressive. Now I will ask you guys the question that I want to ask you guys. That's pretty cool. It's like a headset guide to let you know race, bottom bearing, top bearing, seat cup, whatever. That's pretty cool. Okay, question is for you guys. I need to know, what group set should I put on here? I have 2 options I'm looking at. I'm really looking into trying to get my hands on L2 electronic group set. I would love to get my hands on that thing and put it on this bike. Or L2 mechanical. I know there's been a lot of reviews on it, but I have had my hands on almost every single group set out there in the world. I've touched many group sets before: Tiagra 105, mechanical, Ultegra, Durace, SRAM 4, SRAM Red, SRAM Rival, SRAM everything. I work on it daily, so I know my shifters pretty well. That is an option. I would love to do maybe a full China build on here with Chinese branded components, Chinese branded wheels, and Chinese branded frame. Or I'm thinking about doing another direction, running this frame for like an everyday user, and maybe a 105 Di2 build, because I kind of like that group set for the price point, and maybe making a one buy with whatever I want to go on. I do have Nova to Ride stuff coming out, a pulley and a bottom bracket for this bike, because I really do like their stuff. But yeah, let me know. And then also wheels, I'm at a standstill with wheels. Should I run a WINSPACE Hyper wheel set, or should I do some kind of other wheel set? I could maybe even get Princeton's for this bike for like a demo pair for a little bit. Let me know what you guys are thinking on wheels for that. But I really do need your help down below in the comment section. Let me know what groups that you guys would like to see me on here before. Please don't pick the mechanical stuff. I would hate you guys forever. Now, because you guys are so oddly fascinated with looking inside of stuff and checking out the carbon, because you guys think that you guys are all carbon engineers and space grade aero technologists and a carbon repair guy, I'm going to show you guys the internals of this stuff. We're going to touch it, we're going to feel it, we're going to be all naughty with it. We're going to get deep and dirty and so on there. So I'm going to check the seat tube, the head tube, and this. Keep in mind, some of the best homemakers in the world that I know of, some of my best friends that work on homes, they will go ahead and work and run wires and throw empty Snicker bars and Monster Energy cans behind walls and then put a piece of drywall. Just because the inside is sometimes dirty does not mean that's always a bad bike. So keep that in mind. The carbon actually looks very, very smooth on here. I mean, I don't see any kind of blotches. It looks like a nice weave. This carbon construction of this bike is a T800 and also a T1000 carbon fiber frame. They said because this is a newer model that they use more T1000 carbon compared to a T800, and they put the T1000 carbon in the areas where needed, inside of the head tube for reinforced stiffness, and inside or around the bottom bracket as well for increased stiffness as well, because those are points that you want stiff. So that right there actually looks very good. Nothing really that sticks out to me. I mean, there has been some carbon fiber frames I've looked at in the past that like just look blotchy and yada yuck. But yeah, the inside finish of this thing looks like almost like the outside of like a raw carbon. So they actually did a really good job. Quality control pass, quality control pass. This thing looks phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. And again, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. This has been nothing ever in my life that I've done before in terms of building bikes. And I've been working and building bikes for 12 years. So, and there's never been a point where I'm like, oh, that's a void right there, you know? But it is what it is. You guys like to see this stuff. Internal cable routing right here for this heel. Okay, now, because you guys like to know the weight of everything and judge me on my weight, because I'm super fat, we're gonna weigh this bike. We have here in stand our Park Tool scale that I use to weigh everything. We're going to put this frame set on here. Again, this is an extra large in a size 54. I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds. We're going to weigh this frame as is without anything else. What is good to know this weight if we do not have a reference at all? So I have right here a $1,100 Chinese carbon fiber road bike that looks pretty good. I also have here the top of the line, cream of the crop, $5,500 frame set, S-Works Tarmac SL7. This is size 56. This will kind of give you guys a reference point on weight itself. Now keep in mind, this is an extremely aero bike that almost resembles a TT bike. So I want you guys to understand that this bike will probably be heavier. Okay. So in pounds, 2 pounds, 12 ounces. And that's for a frame, just by itself, no fork. We do have the rear skewer thing inside there, but we also have the rear skewer on that frame as well, so we'll keep that the same. In kilos, if you stop shaking, 1.26 kilos, 1.27 kilos, okay? Keep that in mind. We're gonna take this off. Tarmac time. The frame set itself right here. Again, this is size 56, so this is a bigger frame set. So already, super lightweight, 0.84 kilos, and 1.14, so 1 pound, 14 ounces. That is almost 1 pound difference in weight. Again, this is not a dedicated aero bike. This is an all-around bike. But again, that is a big difference. Now you can see here, there's a much more carbon on here. But again, this is $5,500. This is $1,100. So do with that information as you must. But I can already assure you, whatever kind of groups I'm going to put on here, this bike I think will be around an 18-pound bike, depending on wheels and that. So keep that in mind. Now, that is it. That is it for the rest of the video. Now, I need your guys' help down below. Let me know what group set you'd like to see me have. Let me know what wheels you'd like to see me have. Big shout out to Elves for sending this out to me. I've been trying to get this project going for a while. This is my first ever frame that was given to me for free, so big thank you to them. And I'm very excited to see what this happens. I've only ridden in my life pretty much hyper bikes, Specialized, Scott, really nice high-end bikes, expensive frames. So I'm really excited to see to actually put on some miles. Summertime's coming up. My wife's a teacher. I'm able to actually get on some bike riding. So I'll give you guys my actual honest truth about this bike. And a big shout out to Cam as well for doing the bike and the testing and going out of his way to do all this stuff, because I would probably have stuck with an XXL, a size large bike, if I didn't see his fit video. But thank you to him. I was able to change my size, and I'm very excited for it. So if you guys are looking to purchase this bike, I will put a link down below. Check out Elves Bikes USA, or I think it's usa.elvesbikes.com. They have all the options there. They have great customer support over there as well. And you can build this bike, you can build whatever bike you want, and get shipped directly to your house. All right, guys? So thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Here's a little bit of B-roll footage for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys, that's it. I'm getting bored.